Hello everybody, I'm Christina and today I'm going to be taking you through a post-run stretch. So this is going to be a really great video just to use as a cool down after your workout, or if you're looking to get into your legs a little bit more. So we're going to be working on our hamstrings, our quads, our hip flexors, everything like this that you use on a run. If this all sounds good to you, we're going to go ahead and get started right away in a standing position. We're going to come into a quad stretch, so if you need the wall to support you, to help you balance, go ahead and get near a wall. We're going to raise our right foot up, and our right hand's going to meet our right foot. I want you to tuck that pelvis under and bring that knee down and back. So we're really trying here to stretch into the front of our thigh, into our quad here. We're going to try to stay here for a little bit. So we'll just slow down the breath here, focusing on how we feel and really stretching through this muscle here. We'll stay here for one more breath before we drop that right leg, and we'll switch to the opposite side. So same thing, opposite way. You can bring your hand to a wall or something to support you. And we're gonna bring that left foot back to meet that left hand, bringing that knee down and back, tucking that pelvis under in order to really feel this stretch in the front of your thigh. Breathing here. So focusing on any sensations in the body. There should be no pinching or pain in that left knee. So if you feel anything uncomfortable, just go ahead and ease up a little bit. Looking forward. We'll take one more big breath here before releasing that left foot and that left hand. We could go ahead and shake it out really quick before getting into our next posture. We're gonna go ahead and bring that right foot behind our left. So we're crossing our legs here. We're going to inhale those arms up, and I'm going to use my right hand around my left wrist and lean over to the right. So opening up through your chest and really trying to feel this stretch in the left side body here. So we're not falling into it. We're opening up and tilting our torso over to the right. Breathing here. And inhaling up to take it to the opposite side. So this time we're going to bring our left foot behind our right. We're going to inhale those arms to come up. And I'm going to use my left hand around my right wrist this time. I'm going to pull up and over to stretch out that right side body. I'm looking over to the right here, trying to make like this banana shape with my body. We'll stay here for a few breaths. And we'll take a big inhale to come back up to center, releasing everything. We're going to come down to a butterfly position. If you'd like, you can come through a yogi squat. So I'm going to bring my feet wide, and I'm going to have my toes facing the front corners of my mat. So like a 45-degree angle. As I squat down, and I bring my hands to the center, coming into my yogi squat. We're going to bring our hands behind us, sitting down here, and let's all meet with our feet together. So we're going to bring the bottoms of our feet together. We can open them up like a book, and we're going to just pedal out our butterfly wings. So our knees are going up and down, just loosening up a little bit. So find a flat back, and both sit bones are nicely pressed into the ground underneath you. Let's go ahead and find stillness here. We're going to take a twist. So go ahead and bring your right hand to the outside of your left thigh, and your left arm, your left hand is coming behind you, looking over your left back shoulder. So twisting here from your butterfly, Breathing, looking behind you. With every inhale, you can try to straighten that spine a little bit more. And every exhale, you try to go just a little bit deeper if you can. Maybe walking that hand back a little more just to give you more space to twist your torso. Breathing here. Focusing on the sensations in the body before a big inhale takes us back to center, and we'll come to the opposite side. So my left hand is going to the outside of my right thigh. My right hand's going to come behind me, and let's look over to our back right shoulder. Breathing here. Making sure both sit bones stay on the mat. And maybe twisting a little bit more on each exhale. Nice. So this is a full body experience. We'll take one more breath here before our inhale brings us back to center. We're going to keep our left leg in here, and we're going to straighten out our right leg. Flex those right toes and bring your right hand to the outside of your left thigh, and inhale, that left arm comes up and over. So we're kind of just leaning our torso over to the right with our hand in the air, stretching out the left side of our body. The intention is that our left hand wants to touch our right toes. So they don't have to touch, but that is the intention. Breathing here. Again, keeping that chest open and looking up. We'll inhale to come back up. Switching sides so you can bring that right foot in, straightening out that left leg, flexing those left toes up to really get into those hamstrings. Bring your left hand to the outside of your right thigh, and your right hand comes up and over. So stretching through the right torso, opening up your chest and looking towards your ceiling. Breathing here. Maybe sinking a little bit deeper if you can. We'll inhale to come back up. Awesome. So our next posture is pigeon pose. And the way I like to get into this is actually from a downward dog. So let's go ahead and bring your knees underneath your hips and your hands out a little bit in front of your shoulders. So spread those fingertips wide, pressing your full hands into the mat. We're going to tuck our toes under and bring those hips back to come up, finding your downward facing dog. Let's go ahead and pedal out those legs, so bending one knee and then the other. Before we raise that right leg high and bring that right knee to your right hand. And we're gonna really drop our hips towards the ground, straightening out that back left leg. So we can inhale to straighten that back. Exhale, we're gonna drop everything forward, releasing any tension you might be holding on to. If you can, rest that forehead onto the mat. Breathing here. Stretching through our hips here. If you're able to and you'd like to add a quad stretch, you can go ahead and push into your hands and bring that left foot to meet the right hand. So we're stretching through that left quad. If you feel any pinching in your knee again, go ahead and let go and just come back to pigeon. Breathing wherever you are. Sinking those hips deeper into the ground. And again, let's focus on elongating our inhales and our exhales. Slowing down. Wherever you are, we're going to make our way back to downward dog. So pressing into those hands, I like to tuck my left toes under, push into my hands, and make my way back to a downward facing dog. Let's pedal out those knees again, giving some love to our hamstrings before we take it to the opposite side. So we're gonna go ahead and raise that left leg high this time. Bring your left knee to your left hand and drop those hips closer to the ground. Looking forward, straightening out that back leg. We can inhale to elongate the spine. Exhale, we drop everything down. Let it go. Maybe your forehead comes to kiss the mat. Again, taking it easy. Really noticing how your body feels in this stretch. You can close your eyes here if that feels good for you. And if you took a quad stretch on the opposite side, you can push into your hands to come up and bring that right hand to meet that right foot. So stretching into this quad here. So you can wrap your foot where your elbow is or with your hand. Whatever feels good. Looking forward, dropping those hips closer to the mat. Remember to listen to your body. There should be no pain or no pinching here. Go ahead and take one more deep cycle of breath before we let everything go. We'll push into our hands to come up. Tuck those toes under. Make your way to your downward facing dog. If you need to, you can move your hips left and right. And for our last posture, we're gonna bring ourselves to our backs. So you could drop those knees, coming to lie on your back, and feeling yourself supported. So your lower back is supported on the ground, on the mat underneath you. And we're gonna raise this right leg high. Flex those right toes, and we can go ahead and use our hands behind our thighs to support us. Maybe you can take our hands behind our shins here, our calves. Or we could take our two peace fingers, wrap our peace fingers around our big toe, and stretch out that right hamstring. So really just focusing on the back of that right leg. Everything else falls. Everything else is relaxed on the mat. Breathing into your right leg. We'll take one more big cycle of breath. Slowly release that right leg, dropping that right leg down. We're going to switch to the opposite side. So raise that left leg high, flex those left toes, and use your hands to support your left leg. So maybe that's behind your thigh, on your calves here, or maybe you take your two peace fingers and wrap your peace fingers around your left big toe. Everything else relaxes onto the ground. So really just focus on breathing in to this left hamstring. Stretching out that leg. A few more seconds here. One more breath. And when you're ready, slowly, very slowly, dropping that left leg down, taking up space here on the ground. I invite you to close your eyes. And if you have the time, you can stay here in Savasana, being proud of all the work you've done today. I'll leave you here. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.